the issue is very simple. This hotel's possession, which was taken over recently, this was in news. This fight was continuing for some long time. A lease has expired in 2024. When it was taken over, the hotel site was given. It was upon our SRM's insistence, a lease deed was executed and it had certain terms. It was for a duration, in 96 it was executed for a duration of 30 years, but backdated to 24. So 30 years got completed in 2024. Now somehow there were several issues, so many representations were given. Those representations were mostly not considered, the issue of renewal or outright sale also of a piece of land. In that scenario, all of a sudden, some 18 years old rents were demanded and were raised. Demands were raised retrospectively, enhancing the value of the land. So that suit was continuing. Satin filed a suit for stay on disposition and filed a suit for claiming of rent beyond limitation, and then another within period of limitation, how much is due. Now, when this was pending, this was going on, then all of a sudden, TTDC, the government agency, entered into the premises forcibly. So, it was forced to approach High Court and learned single judge of High Court restoring the possession to the hotel, the group. They highlighted the issue that nobody can be dispossessed by force in this manner. Ultimately, this issue traveled to Supreme Court, where court protected our possession subject to payment of certain demands. So we could not bring it to the notice of court at that time that the suits pertaining to rent are pending in trial court. And the issue, and we have already deposited 7 crores as demanded at that time under direction of High Court. So on next date of hearing, before court would consider, possession was again taken by TTDC and the government. Now, in that scenario, court didn't hear us saying that you have not complied to order of depositing half of the total demanded rent. In this scenario, we could not bring it to the notice of court, though it was pleaded by respondent, the government TTDC, before court in their counter that possession has been taken over on 22nd, 5 days before hearing of the date of the matter. So this issue was not heard at all. Court did not proceed, said that you have not complied, and then it dismissed the petition. Now the issue which is alive, which we want to bring to court's notice is that even a trespasser is entitled to some protection of law. You are leaseholders, our lease has expired. So for that also there is a due procedure prescribed in law. Had we been trespasser, we would have been given a notice under Public Premises Act for 30 days, presented again that notice or eviction notice. On its rejection, appeal would have gone to district judge. So a procedure is there. Now, we had considered this aspect that unless we bring it to the notice of court by way of a review petition, that the possession which has been taken over by courts is actually against the Indian Constitution guarantees under Article 14, 19 and 20. Therefore, we have filed review. We hope court would consider it and pass some guidelines that no lesser, the government agency itself, they are not entitled to trample upon rights and just enter premises by force. That is why we have filed.